On this week's episode of Friend Code, we're talking about Mario going to the movies, Switch Online is finally coming, and Mario Kart is coming to mobile phones. Welcome to a new episode of Friend Code. I'm your host, Michael Damiani, and today I'm joined by two special guests, Ian Hank.
Hi.
Kyle Bosman.
Hello.
Was that supposed to be a Yoshi hello?
No, but it dipped into Yoshi big time.
Just a little bit.
It took a dip in the Yoshi
Just a little
pool.
bit right there, Kyle. Very close. That was good stuff. I want to first get something out of the way. A little housekeeping. Do want to apologize about the last episode. Got several negative complaints about the production quality of it. I want to make it clear, though, that the guest we had was not a local guest. There are a lot of people wondering why we just didn't have the person Tony come into the studio. Tony lives on the different side of the United States, so a little difficult to do that. However, it was completely my fault that we didn't have enough prep time to get things set up better. So in the future, we'll do a much better job, make sure that doesn't happen, even when we have a remote guest, because we still want to do episodes with a remote guest and got to figure that out. So thank you for all the comments, giving constructive criticism to help make it better in the future. And I promise you I will do my best to not let that happen again. That said, we have a new segment I'd like to debut, because we are getting rid of Dear Nintendo. Dear Nintendo has gone bye-bye. A little too unfocused. A little too long. Okay. I didn't like how long it was going. I couldn't think of a way to make it work and make it short. Just reading one letter, it's like, people are like, I want more.
Yeah.
And we start reading more, it starts going into a 15, 20-minute segment. I don't like that. So I have a new segment that we're going to try and do every episode. Mm-hmm. I'm going to boot up the Switch. I'm going to go to the eShop page. And I'm going to go to the best sellers on the eShop. And I want each of the panelists here to guess what will be in the top 3 slots.
So it's like horse racing.
Yes.
Okay. So as long as I guess one that's in the top 3, I'm getting some.
Yeah.
money.
So I'll give you. If you, we can do it one of two ways. We can either do points based on if you go 1, 2, 3, or you just give me 3,
The
and you
trifecta.
get a point each. And then I haven't come up for this one. It's just gonna be kudos.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Damiani's kudos. Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it open to the viewer to decide if there should be some kind of like nice reward.
Okay.
So
Kudos are
just
very
kudos
nice.
for now.
Yeah.
So for this week, for the week of February 5th or whatever, 4th, whatever this week is, first full week of February, what 3 games are in the top 3 spots of the Nintendo Switch eShop?
All right, Damiani. I know there's a lot of Celeste hype, so I'm saying Celeste is in that top 3 for sure.
Okay.
I am thinking that Super Mario Odyssey is in the top 3.
Okay.
And my third pick is Stardew Valley.
Okay, so Celeste, Odyssey, Stardew Valley from
Yes.
Kyle. Remember your picks.
Okay.
All right, Ian.
I mean, I think Celeste is in there for sure.
Okay.
Lost Sphere's not out yet.
It is.
It is.
Oh, it
It's
is.
out.
I don't know if it's gonna sell that well though. So I don't think Lost Sphere's in there.
Okay.
I think
So you don't think it is?
no.
Do you get kudos for don't thinks?
no, I'm
Okay.
just
All right.
thinking out loud.
Oh. No.
Maybe Zelda, and oh man, Stardew Valley was a good one too. I'll say Mario Odyssey.
All right, so both of you said Mario Odyssey and Celeste, but each have a different third game.
Yes.
So both of you only got 1 point.
Oh.
Celeste is in the number 1 spot.
Yeah.
But you did not get number 2 or number 3. In fact, the games you picked, I think to settle this tie, we can either you keep guessing, alternate guessing what's in the second spot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So we'll just Kyle, you go first.
Okay. Rocket League.
Nope. Ian.
Lost Sphere.
Nope.
NBA 2K.
Nope.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2.
Nope. And to give you guys a hint, to speed
Okay.
this along,
All right.
we have played this game on a group stream before.
Mario
Oh.
Kart 8 Deluxe.
Nope.
Yeah. Ooh.
It is not a Nintendo first party game.
Ooh.
What have we played on a group stream?
We didn't play it on this system. It's a multi-platform
Oh.
game.
What?
Nidhogg?
Nope.
Is that on the Switch?
I don't think so.
You said Rocket League already, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna after Ian's guess, I'm just gonna let it be open. You guys start guessing.
Go for it.
Yeah.
If you can think of something,
I'll try and give you more hints to help you out.
Yeah, we do so many group streams.
It's definitely multiple people play at once, and it's not competitive. It's cooperative.
Not crawl.
Lovers in a Dangerous Space-Time.
Ooh.
No.
Cooperative. What the hell?
More clues.
Balls.
Overcooked.
Ding, ding,
Yes!
ding, ding, ding.
Oh, that's number
Overcooked
2?
is the number 2 game right now.
No way.
Yes,
Whoa.
and then third is
Because it just came out on there.
and third is versus Super Mario Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It would have taken me
weird.
forever to remember that. Dang it.
Stardew Valley was 4.
Oh.
Mario Kart 8 was 5, and Rocket League was 6th place.
Oh.
We did really well outside of the top 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
If it was top 6.
But it's tough, see? Like,
Yeah.
there could be a big new indie game each week that really throws a wrench in the works, so I like this.
Ian gets those
So
kudos.
Ian gets the kudos from me. Kudos.
Thank you, Damiani.
Let's jump into some news. We had a lot of news that happened in the last 2 weeks, and Nintendo loves to do this. They love to just drop a bunch of news and then go a month without news, and then they love doing this to me. I think they do it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna work a little backwards from the oldest news, so the newest stuff first.
Okay.
I think the newest stuff is the more juicy stuff. Plus, we got some patrons post questions related to the more recent news I'd like to work in as well. So the first segment. Switch has finally officially surpassed the lifetime sales of the Wii U
In less than a year.
in less than a year.
Yeah.
As of the end of last month, as of the end of January, the Switch has moved 14.86 million units across the world. And that beats out poor Wii U's lifetime sales in less than a year. Breakdowns, because I like breakdowns. I like knowing where all these sales came from, which territories. And I think it's important because Japan accounts for 3.72 million. The Americas, always hear Reggie's voice when they say the Americas.
The Americas.
The Americas, 5.94 million.
Oh.
And other, we're sorry, rest of the world. You're just other.
There are 3
Other.
territories?
3 territories. Other, 5.2 million. And for people like percentages, like me, Japan accounts for 1/4 of all Switch sales worldwide, which is a big factor to consider when they're making business decisions, because Japan, like Switch sales, Switch units moved, it's accounting for a huge piece of the pie now. The Americas is 40%, and the rest of the world 35%. So America is still the biggest region for them, but Japan's huge, and obviously, of course, the rest of the world is huge. It goes without saying there, Nintendo.
Yeah, but we still beat 'em.
They should break that. How do you feel? Like, is that a really good achievement for like Switch? I mean, obviously it is, but do you feel like good? Like, does Nintendo do everything right to earn this? Is Nintendo finally back? Is this going to be short-lived? Like, how do you interpret this? Like, people are making such a big deal out of this.
So, Damiani, my immediate response is the Switch did better over that amount of months than anything else in the US. I remember that statistic. But I also think that it puts a little magnifying glass on just how poorly the Wii U sold.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The Wii U is absolutely just a huge failure.
I would say that comparing yourself to Wii U, while it's a nice headline, it doesn't exactly deserve a pat on the back for anyone else selling the Wii U.
It's like comparing yourself to like I don't want to be mean, but like some example of something that got like 1000th place in a race. You know, it's like we beat that guy. And it's like, well, yeah.
And I think it's the important thing to say about this as well, you know, besides not pounding your back about this, Nintendo isn't touting this number as like the Wii U part. This is what all the media and fans and like,
Right.
you know,
we did this.
We're doing
Yeah.
this.
Oh, okay.
Nintendo's not saying, hey, it's outsold the
Got
Wii,
it.
as far as I
Beast
know.
of our
Yeah.
creation.
It's something they don't really want to do,
Yeah.
you know, but they're glad to let everyone else point it out because it is, in some way, it's spun positively. So Nintendo learned from their mistakes. Switch is doing better. It's selling very well compared to the Wii U. But again, as Ian said, like it's hard to like not do better when you were like so close to rock bottom.
Yeah.
With the Wii U.
It does with the Switch though. It does feel like Nintendo's generally back on the ball.
Oh yeah, and it's just, not just the systems; it's the software itself.
Yeah.
And we got some really cool software numbers that Nintendo put out that I think put this also into perspective as well. Because you might be like, "Oh, I didn't like the Wii U," but there were still some pretty darn good games that came out on the system.
4 of them.
But it's important to see how they stack up to Switch, which hasn't been out for a full year yet.
Oh, so you can compare software
Also,
as
the
well?
software sales for games that have been out even less time than the Switch has been out. So, the top-selling Switch software for to date, as the end of January, whenever they put this report out recently, Super Mario Odyssey is number 1 with just over 9 million units sold.
Can we stop for a sec?
Sure, yeah.
This makes me so happy.
Does.
This makes me
The fact
so
that Mario's
happy.
number 1?
Yes.
It's number 1.
The fact that a 3D Mario game about exploring and enjoying an environment can sell 9 million, I'm overjoyed.
I'm
Surprised it beat Zelda.
The best-selling Mario games on Wii U was New Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Yep.
And that sold 5.7 million units over its lifetime. And Super Mario 3D World also sold 5.75. They tied, pretty much. But Super Mario Odyssey, in only a few months of release, has almost... It's going to probably sell more than both of them combined after, like, next month. Or next few months.
It might sell more than 64, dude.
Oh, in its lifetime? Probably. I wouldn't be surprised.
This is going to be, throughout time, as years go by, this is going to be one of the legendary Mario titles.
Oh, yeah.
Which is so cool, because here's the thing, is I was just so hurt after Galaxy 1 and 2, when New Super Mario Bros. Came out, and it just did crazy numbers, and they're like, oh, we're just going to do this now. This is what people want. This is what sells. We're only going to do New Super Mario from here out. And to see something like this succeed wildly is pretty exciting.
Makes me very happy, too. I like both types of Mario games, but I like this in kind of encouraging them. Like, it's the positive, sign of people reacting well to a 3D Mario game on Switch. And it's encouraging for Nintendo. They're like, oh, we should make more of these. They sell well enough. We don't have to worry about making 2D only ones because they're the big sellers. It's a nice mix. Next on the list, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is the second best-selling Switch game.
Okay. All right.
It is sold 7.33 million units on Switch.
Whoa.
Keep in mind these are Switch-only sales. Zelda has a caveat because it doesn't include Wii U sales. So Mario Kart Deluxe has sold 7.33 million units. Here's what the important thing to take away from this is. The best-selling game on Wii U was Mario Kart 8, and it moved 8.4 million. The Switch re-release is going to surpass the Wii U original sales.
Yeah.
To anyone out there who's like, that wasn't a very, I don't know, Nintendo. I was a little bit like that, but this statistic right here is like, Nintendo knows what they're doing. This is absolutely the right thing to do.
Do it with Super Mario Maker, Nintendo.
So you're saying by the end of the Wii U's lifetime, Mario Kart sold more than Smash Bros?
Oh, yes.
Wow.
Yes. So Super Smash Brothers for Wii U was the fourth best-selling Wii U game.
Oh,
with 5.32 million. Both Mario games, New Super Mario Bros. U, Super Mario 3D Land, 3D World, and Mario Kart 8 sold better than Super Smash Brothers for Wii U.
Okay.
But here's the important thing: the only Mario Kart 8 is the only game that sold more than the majority of Switch's software to date. Like Mario Odyssey is Mario Odyssey has outsold anything on Wii U period to date, which is amazing.
Yeah.
But a lot of Switch's software is inching up to outselling almost all the top 10 of Wii U.
Yeah.
And none of them are out. So let's keep going down real quick Switch list. So finally, third place, Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild with 6.7 million units. And when you combine that with the sales of
the Wii U version.
This is actually another topic. Breath of the Wild is the second best-selling game in the Zelda series.
What's number one?
The number one selling Zelda game of all time, and this is for original release.
I have a guess.
Original
let us
release.
guess.
So guess.
Twilight Princess.
I was going to say Twilight Princess.
Is it?
Yeah.
Original release only.
Got it.
So if you count reissues and re-releases, Ocarina of Time blows everything away.
Because of 3DS?
No, just all the Virtual Console, the selling it on GameCube again. It's been re-released. You don't have to include the 3DS version. The standard version of it re-released over and over. It's like in the 11 or 12 million range if you include all that. But Breath of the Wild is, if you combine the sales, it is sold 7.78 million units worldwide. And the number one spot is Twilight Princess with Wii and GameCube combined. But Breath of the Wild will take the number one spot in the Switch's within the Switch's lifetime.
Yeah.
Of being the number one selling Zelda game upon its original release. Like no reissues, nothing like that. Just its first print run, essentially.
Just so I can frame it in my head a little better, you looked at the MPDs for all of video games on the podcast. Do you remember how many million like Battlefront or any of those sold? It was like 9 or something.
MPD doesn't do numbers, sales numbers.
Oh, it's
for individual games.
Yeah.
This is Nintendo coming straight for them
Nintendo
because they like to
issued
keep it
this.
so we
private
don't
until
know.
Yeah.
Don't know how this stacks up to like Assassin's Creed or whatever.
Right.
Not really. No.
Okay.
Unfortunately.
Because I was like, that seems like a lot
yeah.
of units, but like it could be like nothing compared to whatever Madden.
I mean,
I have no
I
idea.
mean, compared to like some of the biggest series, it's not enough, but it's huge. It shows that Zelda has selling power because Zelda has always sold pretty decently, like multi-million seller. But since Ocarina of Time and Twilight Princess, it hasn't been like approached the upper echelon of like those bigger titles that easily break 10 million every release.
Yeah.
And that worldwide, and that had not been happening for Zelda for almost ever. This doesn't happen, and it's a big deal because this game probably has a serious chance of breaking 10 million worldwide on its first run, which means Zelda is a series that they should, they always put a lot of effort into it, but it's something that they could put even more budget into going forward and see bigger returns on.
Yes.
Like they could go bigger with the production value of that game if they really wanted to, but it's not necessary. I mean, that's just one small takeaway from what that is, but also reinforces that they made the right, in my opinion, made the right decision with Breath of the Wild, the style of game it is.
Yeah.
Everyone, you're definitely going to see more Zelda games like that, as they have said will happen. Let's round out the rest of the Switch list real quick. Splatoon 2 is the fourth best-selling game with 4.91 million moved. And if you're just curious about the original Splatoon on Wii U, it also sold 4.91 million units in its lifetime.
Yeah.
So Splatoon 2, expect more Splatoon, or at least see Splatoon 2 you'll see it being supported for quite a while because that is a big success for them.
That is crazy. It's crazy because it's like they're close. They're close to each other, right? In sales, Wii U and Switch.
Oh, yeah.
And so just that it's getting beaten and matched in
a year.
software sales is pretty nuts too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't even been on a year yet, and it's outsold Splatoon 2, which is out for a few years.
So I have to assume they are including digital when they report their own numbers.
I believe they are. It's everything.
And
they have access to everything.
I think the Switch just encourages purchases more than the Wii U did.
It's easier.
Yeah.
And since they've made improvements to the Switch eShop even since the Switch came out. Like I remember you used to have to put in your credit card every time. And all
It's
that.
much faster to navigate. At least for me, it
Mm-hmm.
is. It's like one or two less steps to get to what I want to get to on the Switch than it was on the Wii U. ARMS, next one, 1.61 million.
Whoa, that's
so
a jump.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah, that's a
5,
big
6.
fall off.
That's a big old spread there.
6.
Yeah.
And we should important to point out that this is first party. So I don't know where Mario and Rabbids falls in all of this because Nintendo's not reporting those numbers because that's Ubisoft's job to report that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if any other Switch game. I suspect Rabbids gets close to these last two. I would hope that it's close to
I
the
would
last
suspect
two.
it. Yeah,
Because it moved like around
ARMS.
500,000 around its like first month or so of release is what I think people were saying it did. So it's been a few months
I
since
love that game. I hope that it did well.
And then the last place in the most recent of the first party Switch games, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 shipped 1.06 million, is on pace to be the best-selling Xeno entry of any Xeno game. Xenogear, Xenosaga, the original Xenoblade X. It will be the best-selling Xeno game.
Hold the phone. Xenoblade Chronicles is in the same universe as Xenogears?
So that's a complicated answer. Let's just go with technically not, possibly, but not really. It's complicated, and they're all different development teams. Except the team at Monolith Soft, the core members of them have been with the Xeno franchise since the beginning.
I did not know this.
It's not exactly the same. Square Enix has the rights to Xenogears.
Right.
Xenosaga episodes 1, 2, and 3 are Bandai Namco's property. And then when Nintendo acquired Monolith Soft, they have Xenoblade Chronicles, Xenoblade Chronicles X, and Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Those are Nintendo exclusive properties.
I just
But
thought it
it
was because Xeno's sounds cool.
It is. They're not like they're not direct sequels or anything like that. There's like familiar elements that carry over. Like it's very familiar to veterans if you play the games in terms of narrative elements. They lent the character Cosmos as one of the loot box rewards in the game, as one of the blades, the rare blades you can get. But there's no real. It's like a cameo. It's not like a story direct connection to any of the Xenosaga games like that.
Do you think that's just because Nintendo and Bandai Namco are tight?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bandai Namco is developing a bunch of stuff like for Nintendo.
Yeah.
They helped the Smash Brothers. It was definitely like, hey, can we use this? Yeah, sure, we're cool.
Yeah, they're
Go ahead and do
buddies.
it.
Okay.
Super quick
Yeah, what's up?
sidebar. I was talking about this with with a friend of mine the other day. Xenogears would be great for a remake, but where they like actually finish Act 3 and like do
that'd be
Act 3.
appealing.
Speaking of that, there's been a lot of it's not on my docket here, but there's been a lot of things getting remade for Xenogears except the game. Remaking the artwork, remaking the actual robots, the Xeno. The
they're
mechs,
like doing merch?
remaking the soundtrack. Like Square Enix has been doing a lot of remake stuff for it, except for the game. So I postulated, what if what Square Enix is like reaching out to Nintendo and says, hey, you got Monolith Soft. What if we were to partner with you to give you the rights to the Xenogears name, but you Nintendo, you could publish and have Monolith Soft develop it, and like we'll work on a licensing deal, and it'll be exclusive to Switch.
But you just said that Chronicles 2 is the best-selling Xeno ever. Who cares?
Oh, Xenogears remade on Switch would be a big deal.
Okay.
That would probably sell more.
I think Sony would want it on PlayStation also.
Sony has no say in the matter. It's Square Enix's.
Oh, Square Enix.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Then,
Square Enix wants stuff on Switch. They're looking for a bridge between the more indie like titles like Octopath Traveler, Lost Sphere, and their AAA stuff, which they said technically can they had 15 technically running on Switch, but like who knows how well that ran. It's
gotta
never
be
coming
bad.
out to
Yeah,
Switch.
not
Let's be
great,
realistic
probably.
here. They need something in the middle. A Xenogears remake that they authorized to Nintendo to have Monolith Soft work on would fill that gap. Square Enix would just be like, just give us some of the money. Just give us a cut. We'll give you whatever resources that we have available to help you, but obviously it's going to be exclusive to your platform and stuff. Like, I would be down for that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Real quick, the end of the Wii U games, just so you can hear what they did. So we talked about Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Brothers Wii U, or New Super Mario Brothers U. There's no Wii U in the title.
Which is the one that I hated because of the multiplayer was being really weird.
That was you then.
Probably that one.
Where you like poke and
You
make
put the
platforms?
blocks. Yeah,
right, you
use
could
the
jump on each
gamepad.
other and it
Yep.
was like, oh
yeah.
God.
Super Mario 3D World. The jumping on thing is actually a throwback to the original Mario Bros.
Right.
Arcade game.
Yeah.
So
Well,
you can
it's
jump
not,
on each other and troll each other.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Nintendo Land is right after Smash Brothers, and then in fifth place with 5.19 million units.
Oh.
Again, that was
You know what though?
Yeah, I know.
I like Nintendo Land.
Oh, you do?
I do. There's some good
I
stuff on
couldn't
Nintendo
care
Land.
less.
Did you play the Metroid game?
Nope.
Oh.
Even the Zelda stuff, and it couldn't draw me in. I was like, nope.
Oh yeah, the Zelda game. Yeah, there's some cool stuff in there.
Nope.
Okay.
Wow.
We talked about Splatoon already with 4.91. Super Mario Maker,
Yeah,
3.99 million units. Very safe bet that a version of that is coming to Switch at some point.
Please.
New Super Luigi U, 3.02 million units.
I can't believe that paid off for them.
That paid off.
That makes me barf.
It was just like the same game, right?
With the line crossed through the top.
It was a pack-in for a while. They had
Yeah,
Luigi packed
yeah.
in for a while. Maybe that's what that was.
The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD, 2.25 million, and rounding out the top 10, Mario Party 10 with 2.16. So that's that's how that goes. That is how Switch is doing compared to Wii U. So doing very well. Software selling well. I think the question is it going to continue into 2018? So we saw the mini direct. We saw they have Labo coming out. Looks like they've got definitely stuff coming and stuff in the works to keep the momentum going.
Yeah.
They've got so many just no-brainer re-releases too. I mean, for me, the biggest one is Mario Maker, but like, I think that the history has shown that those work. So they could, in like a dry spell, they could certainly release one of those, and it would help.
Yeah, that Mario Kart 8 did that well.
Yeah.
It means they shouldn't make a new Smash Bros. They should just re-release
I highly
Wii U.
doubt they will. Because
Yeah.
I have a feeling Sakurai is working on something else. I don't think they have I'm with my personal guest.
Yeah.
He's just probably supervising a team at Bandai Namco who's probably doing balance updates.
Yeah.
And merging the 3D. It's obvious. Probably merging the Wii U and 3DS content to run on Switch and be optimized for Switch. So 3DS stages are updated to look nice graphically on the Switch. Probably gonna throw in a few more characters, through a few new original stages, maybe a new mode, like some kind of Subspace Emissary or Venture mode for Melee, some kind of story mode, and be like, hey, this is your Smash Brothers for Switch for a while. We'll do seasons. I think they're gonna join the seasons club with every other fighting game, and just do 3 new characters or 4 new characters every season or something like that, and balance updates. Like, and let Bandai Namco, who are fighting game specialists, kind of helm that.
Yeah, because here's the thing. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe sold just as well as a brand new Mario Kart game would have.
Yeah.
It like that.
Probably like slightly under, but
yeah, and so I really do think that in terms of like the games that didn't sell on Wii U, they just got to keep them going. And I guess they are. We got Donkey Kong Country.
I feel like
Tropical
fighting games
coming.
don't need a brand new game as soon as like other types of series. I think a fighting game has like a good many years under it if it's properly supported.
Yeah.
And I feel like Smash Brothers, even though it came out in 2014, yeah. 2014 for Wii U.
Wow.
I mean, that's going to be 4 years ago at the end of the year. I still think if they reissue that again, like, it's better. I agree. It's better than making a brand new one, because how is it going to be that different from on Switch than what's from Wii U? They're not that different of, like, graphically. It's, like, not that big of a jump.
Yeah.
I don't think people are asking for a huge style change in Smash. You might be able to argue people like Melee speed more than anything, but other than that, it's like there's not huge changes to be made to the game. I feel it's balance changes, characters, and stages in general. And I think they could just have a skeleton crew, a Nintendo working with a team at Bandai Namco, and just keep supporting it.
Yeah.
Release it sometime this year, maybe. Keep supporting it for
This
a few
fall.
years.
Get it out this fall.
Oh yeah, and I think
that's-
these re-releases, I don't know if you agree, these re-releases help Nintendo put some resources into brand new game development.
Yeah.
It's like kind of alleviating some of that
well,
strain
especially
on
when
them.
they're like you said, like Mario Kart selling that well. It's like just give us a bunch of money for something we've already done 90% of the work on, so that we can finish Metroid. Yeah, absolutely.
So
All profit, baby.
All profit.
Nintendo going to the bank,
Step 4.
laughing all the way there.
Profit.
Save this next one because I realized I added something at the end that includes this next bit of news, so we'll get to it a little bit. This next thing, Hollow Knight had a recent. The developers had a recent update. They announced the DLC, Gods and Glory, new character, new quest, new boss fights, new game mode, new music, new charms, like a lot of new stuff in there. They did show off cam footage of the game running on Switch undocked, running at 60 frames. I think they wanted to show it instead of direct feed. They're like, no, it's literally running on a real Switch. Like, we're not BSing you. So it's pretty cool to see it. It was at the beginning of the game. They just dropped in, started playing it. They said, like, we're finally hitting more of our targets. We're getting really they said that we're really close to being ready to announce the release date for Switch. And Switch is the next platform it's coming to because it's been PC exclusive for almost a year. So
it's not on PlayStation.
it's not on any
yeah.
PlayStation version. If it happens, I don't know if it's confirmed or not. I'm sorry, I don't know this because I didn't look into it. I think it's happening, but I think it will be happening after the Switch version. Switch version is next by itself.
Yeah, what's funny is on their Kickstarter, the stretch goal was a Wii U version. And I think, the years have passed, and it's just like nobody wants them to fulfill that promise.
Oh, yeah.
It's just make the Switch version.
It's a lot easier to make it on Switch too.
Yeah.
I would suspect. I hope.
I think it would be fair to just like update that and call it the same thing, goal wise.
What's funny is I was playing it on my laptop, and my laptop could not run this game.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, but I still enjoyed it a lot. So
Okay.
even if it's not hitting 60 all the time, I think this game excels in enough other areas where like you won't be too
y'all
bothered.
need a new laptop.
Yeah, I mean it writes. My laptop writes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this was asked on the Lost episode that I lost for Friendco during the Lost 2018 preview
Unearthing
episode.
the Lost episode.
I asked Ben this question, so I'm going to ask it to you too, especially since have you played it, Ian?
I haven't beaten it, but I played
Okay,
it.
and you've played it, Kyle.
Right now, I'm waiting for the Switch version.
So this is a good question to ask both of you. Do you think it is fair to say, or do you feel this is fair? Period. Not to say this fair statement that Hollow Knight is going to probably get its biggest surge of popularity when the Switch version comes out.
Yes.
Yeah.
And is that really fair to developers who had this game ready to go last year on PC? Like, how do you feel about that? That like it takes it to come out on Switch for it to finally get enough attention. Like a lot of people are like, oh, I'm just waiting for the Switch version. When you have, I know Kyle's laptop, notwithstanding, it's like most PCs could run like that game easily. You can go play it right now.
I mean, I own it on my PC, and I'm just gonna wait and play it on Switch.
Like, does that make you feel any kind of like sympathy or like any kind of like negativity towards like consumers that they're not rewarding this game that like everyone's saying that's played it? This is pretty good. You should try it. I'm specifically waiting for the Switch version. It's like, and it's over, like, gonna be like a year later.
If anything, I'd say that's good.
Okay. I'm just curious. Like, I'm wondering. I guess I wish I had the developers here to ask them. Like, do you feel okay with that? That people are just like writing it off till they can play it on Switch? Like, or do they have the luxury? I know it's a Kickstarter.
It's a scary thing by way of like profit projection, like kind of stuff, like budgeting wise, because you're putting all this time and energy and money into something on spec, like. You hope it's going to sell well on the Switch, and you wish that more people had bought it on the PC to shore up the production. But on the other hand, like for every person that's got a Switch that doesn't buy it on the PC, that's a sale that you've got on the Switch.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And Damiani, another thing about this game in particular is that the release it's been kind of like a slow rollout. Yeah. They've just been adding more and adding more and adding more DLC and things like that. And so it's not even like, you mentioned, I'm sorry, what's it called? Gods and something?
Gods and Glory.
Gods and Glory. The game will be complete once Gods and Glory is added to it.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I mean, anybody could say, wait, I'm going to wait and feel justified. And so I don't think the developers even care. I think they know this is a game in progress and they're totally...
It is officially released, though, on PC, right? These are DLCs? Or
yes.
Is it still
they're calling this a DLC.
Because it was early access for a while, wasn't it? Or
I think so.
Not?
I'm not actually sure how it was released as it went. Yeah. But yeah.
I guess the only perspective I can see being slightly agitated is the PC gamer, person who likes games on PC and then sees like a game that's critically acclaimed and then like, oh, it's going to take the Switch version for people to get to know. I see a lot of times PC gamers getting annoyed that it takes a console release of a game that's been on their platform forever to finally get
like Monster Hunter fans.
Yeah,
like old school Monster Hunter fans who are mad about all the new Monster Hunter fans.
That's a very strange mindset to me.
Yeah. Because Monster Hunter World is like the big broad game, and everyone's just like, now you like Monster Hunter.
Yet, but like
okay,
the analogy.
now you like it. And so the PC people are like, oh, now you like Hollow Knight.
Right.
We've been playing Hollow Knight for 12 months.
Like I do see like the kind of like the smugness of that.
It's smug,
but at the same time, I also see
that's petty. Yeah.
Not necessarily the petty, but I can see an angle of it of like people like. Why are people writing this off? Like what if you truly don't care if you play on other platforms, but your impression is like you're writing off PC. Like it's available here. It's a great platform. You can play Hollow Knight right now on PC, but you're like. If you're I guess people are dismissive of PC. Like, I just want to play it on like console because it's a console. No, like forget the DLC part of it. Like, imagine there was no DLC come out. There are plenty of games that come out pretty much the same as their PC counterpart later on a console, and people I just wanted to play it on a console. Like because there's myths around like the PC version is more complicated. It's more of a hassle. It's like it's on Steam. It's
4 times the cost. To buy a PC and then a Switch.
I mean, that's true, but then again, like, Switch versions of stuff, especially physical releases, cost more than any version sometimes, especially for, like, indie games. They have, like, they're calling it the Nintendo tax and stuff, because the cartridge, especially for physical release, the cartridge costs more.
Like, adds another $10 usually.
Yeah. So,
I would say, like, besides some kind of, like, Cassandra syndrome where, like, you feel bad because no one believes you, like, who cares? Like, be happy that people love the thing you love.
Yeah.
Like, settle down. It's fine.
I'm pretty much. I'm to be clear. I'm like that. What you just said is my stance. I just saw a lot of people approaching me on social media saying, "Can you like ask about why people are only going to give Hollow Knight a chance on Switch and they're ignoring it on?" It seems like there are a decent amount of PC gamers who get upset about this.
Here's my thing.
I wanted to bring it up just to at least point out that angle. Like I don't necessarily agree with it.
For me, like I sat in my computer chair and I played Hollow Knight. With my PS4 controller hooked up with a USB cable to my Windows machine, and like it ran great, everything's great. But, you know, I don't know. Like for me, in my mind, a platformer like that, I would just prefer to be playing it on my couch. It's just like a body, mind, feel thing. Not to say that that's the correct way to do it, you know, but there's just something about it. So like when I caught wind of the existence of this version, because I did intend to go back and finish it on my PC, I was like, oh, cool, I can play this at the airport. I'll just wait and get it there.
Yeah.
Like, I have more options with the Switch.
That's probably like,
and like for
the
my
most practical
PlayStation, I
point.
can play it on a projector. Like, so it's just like, if I have the choice, you know, and it's
yeah.
not like Stellaris, I'll play it on a console.
For a game like this, it's going to probably be at parity for the PC version for this. It's not that graphically intensive. It's going to run, I'm assuming it's going to run very well on Switch. Like, virtually no difference.
They might have to tone down like the anti-aliasing.
Ian's point's perfect. Like for the Switch version, you can take the game and go like this. You can play it however you want and take it on the go. Like, that's the whole big thing about Switch is the portability, the mobility of it. I think that's why people are preferring, even for like games like Doom, like that had to compromise their graphical fidelity just to run on it. People still adopted that game. Rocket League as well. They adopted those games initially because they just want to play them on the go. Like that is a big draw for the Switch. It's not a fad. It's like,
well, and also for me, like, there's nothing lost going on a console with Hollow Knight. Like, playing it on the Switch, I'm not losing anything. I'm not losing any like keyboard and mouse like specificity. Whereas with Doom, for me, I would much rather play that with a mouse than on a Switch. You know, like
Makes
personally.
sense.
So it's a game by game thing for me. Gonna get Dark Souls on that Switch though.
Oh yeah,
just for the
Dark
shits
Souls.
and
You're
gigs.
getting that Dark Souls?
Just for the hell of it.
Okay.
Just to say that I'm playing it
on Switch,
on Switch in the park or whatever.
It's a moment. You just want to have that.
It's a moment.
Yeah, like I probably won't like beat it again, maybe, but I'll just have it.
Yeah.
I'll just feel good. I'll look at it.
Level up.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I see that happening.
Spin around in circles for a while in the Firelink Shrine and then go do something else.
Good stuff. Just need that motion control. You can just do Praise the Sun with motion controls.
With the Joy-Cons?
Yep.
That's the only thing motion control does in the
literally-
entire
That'd be
game.
pretty cool.
It's Easter egg. It's the only one that's gonna do it. Try
Dude,
it out.
if we get that and the silver pendant amiibo that does nothing, those two things, it'd be so good.
I will.
I was actually just thinking about like an amiibo that like if you drop Mario into the game, it just kills you. You just drop down dead.
Amiibos penalize you in that game.
yeah.
Every single one.
It halves your health
it's like
forever.
new cool enemies in there that you never
Yeah.
see that it's impossible to kill.
Amiibo adding enemies from other games would be really funny.
I would love to see that.
Like these nasty looking Goombas like waddle over like meh, like the
Oh.
mushroom enemies.
Well, that's
but they're
pretty cool,
Goombas.
It's like, how do you kill them? And it's like super gory when you kill
You
them.
have to jump on them somehow. Oh man.
Ooh. But yeah, I wanted to talk about like Hollow Knight. It was originally in the 2018 preview episode. Good excuse because the developers talked about it again.
Last step.
This next one, some positive news. Someone at Nintendo is being recognized. Genyo Takeda is being recognized with receiving the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Academy of Interactive Arts and Sciences. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Takeda's work, I have a list of stuff here for noteworthy achievements while at Nintendo. As the director and general manager of the Integrated Research and Development Division and representative director and senior managing director, Takeda was responsible for creating the Wii system.
Whoa.
The key figure behind the Wii. That's probably the most recent thing that people actually remember. Takeda is credited for his team's development of the battery-backed-up memory system used in the NES cartridges, most famously first used in the original Legend of Zelda. That's how they got around, because the original Legend of Zelda in Japan was released on the Famicom disk system, and it had read-write abilities, so it could save. They had a save feature already built in that way with the system. When the NES came out, it had no read-write feature like that. This was the solution they got around, because if they didn't figure this out, it was never coming out here.
That's so funny. I guess I just always assumed somebody at Nintendo of America had to figure out that workaround.
Nope.
That's cool.
It was for both the North American and European versions of the Legend of Zelda. Takeda and his team are also credited with the invention of the analog stick for the Nintendo 64 controller. a style that has since been replicated by Microsoft and Sony on their respective systems. This is from the press release.
Oh, okay, that's funny. It's funny
Was that
language.
the first analog stick? Wow.
Yeah.
Like that.
Cool. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because like
joysticks
Atari
and, yeah.
had the joystick, but actual controller
Yeah.
with the stick as a part of it.
Yeah.
Where it wasn't the biggest emphasis of the controller. I
Has
would
a
say.
flat head you can put your
Yeah.
thumb on. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
cool.
And the last thing, he is responsible for the creation of pretty much Punch Out and the Punch Out series, as well as a bunch of different sports games for the NES, Pro Wrestling, NES Pro Action Football, and Ice Hockey, a game I played a lot of when
Yeah, it's a cool game.
I was a little kid. Also it worked with a company called Connexent to create the broadband modem for the GameCube for first online games and for LAN stuff. It's like Phantasy Star Online on GameCube.
I think that was it, dude.
What?
I think that is the only GameCube online game.
Fantasy Star?
Yeah.
Thought there was one more.
There might be one more, but I think
Fantasy
that's
Star's
it.
the big one.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one everyone goes to. I mean, people eventually modded it to like play Mario Kart Double Dash online and all sorts of cool things.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of good stuff here. Being recognized for Lifetime Achievement Award. That's
It's cool to see someone being
Yeah.
recognized for. I mean, those are like big advancements and achievements, but like, it often feels like stuff like that, achievements like that, get swept under the rug, and that you don't get appreciated. Like, because you didn't like invent Zelda, so you're not like the big flashy
Yep.
guy. You're the guy who made the analog stick, and everyone's like, "Hey, yeah, thanks, guy. See you later." You know, so it's cool that they're honoring him for that. Yeah.
really cool. They made these like more peripheral type stuff. The majority of these technical achievements, and Punch Out as well. Like the series,
Yeah.
like that's him. Like even up to the Wii release and being like the key figure behind the Wii. Like that's huge. It was like
That's
one of
big,
Nintendo's
yeah.
most successul systems.
Yes.
And
And it like changed the industry,
yeah,
the whole thing.
he was the one who said the graphical arms race was pretty much like pointless for Nintendo. Their philosophy was that we gotta stop. We can't keep doing this.
All gimmicks, baby.
We gotta figure out a different way, basically, to tackle our competition.
Yeah.
We're not gonna win. This isn't the right approach. And they argue that there's actually diminishing returns in visual fidelity. That eventually it's just not gonna be enough. Like it's not enough to set you apart from your competitors.
So he thought of a way to punch out
Oh,
the
jeez.
the competition. Damiani? Punch out the
And-
competition.
From hardware design perspective, I love the Wii. I think it's a really well designed little box. I love the blue light. I love the stand optionally. You know what I mean? Like it's a really
Oh yeah,
nice
the
looking
glowing
machine.
light that basically spoke to you. It told you what your system was. It's in the middle of an update if it's flashing. Or,
Yeah.
oh, that stuff was cool.
Yeah.
I was the first one to do it because GameCube didn't do anything like that.
It was just a cube.
Just a boring orange light that
Just
was
a
always
cube.
on.
Such a boring box. You had to make it a cube with the Game Boy player. It wasn't even a cube at first. False
You're right.
advertising.
Just a box.
Um,
Game box.
They took over after Satoru Iwata's death. They were the one who was the interim head of Nintendo for that short period of time
Really?
before they. Yeah,
It was Takeda?
yeah.
Oh.
Wow.
That's who stepped in temporarily in like very briefly.
Huh.
Yeah, at least that's what it says on here.
Cool.
I double checked. I thought that was right, but just making sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
if it says it on there.
It says on there and stuff. But yeah, props like that. That's a lot of unsung. That's not a household name to a lot of people.
Yeah.
I feel like so it's nice that they do these lifetime achievements, and it's good to like take a moment and see like the accolades that they're getting because of what they contributed to Nintendo. Like those are pretty important things. You add them all together. As Ian said, like it didn't make Zelda. He made the battery backup so that you could play Zelda.
Right.
Yeah.
In other territories. Otherwise, you wouldn't have played Zelda probably, or at least it would have taken a lot longer for it to come out. So
An unsung hero.
yes, good way to put it. So that will be at the AIAS. I believe they handle the DICE Awards.
Cool.
DICE is AIAS. Jeez. They used to do like the Game of the Year. Like I remember GoldenEye getting like the AIAS 1997 Game of the Year. They had like a little globe logo with
They
it.
put that on a box?
That was like that was a big deal.
Ooh.
That was like the big award, like the Academy Awards basically thing was that. But then GDC started doing their own awards as well. And then there's like, Jeff Keighley does awards now.
Then
so
there's
like
IGN.
there's just too many awards now. Easy Allies
Easy
does
Allies
awards.
awards.
Like
We're on a lot of boxes.
yeah,
Best thing you got in a loot box.
yeah.
Big stuff.
Yeah, I heard apparently there's a version of Battlefront 2 box that has that on there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The big news, the big 3 pieces of news from the past week. They all came out on the same day. It was basically Nintendo held a direct without a direct. Their Twitter account was the direct
So they
for
held
that day.
They held an indirect.
They had
Nice.
they indirect
I mean,
with
I-
direct messaging. The indirect. Yeah. Love it.
It's good.
The first one.
Print it.
Illumination and Nintendo announce the Mario movie is happening. Had been like in the works, like the negotiations had been going on. At one point, there's like Nintendo agrees to license it, but it's been formally announced.
If Leguizamo's not in it, I riot.
The project will be produced by Chris Meledandri, founder and CEO of Illumination, and Shigeru Miyamoto, representative director and fellow of Nintendo.
So it's animated.
Yes, it is. So it's basically the Minions team.
Illumination.
Yeah.
Also,
that's the Minions,
Chris Meledandri, also producer on Ice Age. Almost a lot of their core, the Illumination's films are in previous
What about
works.
Sing?
What?
What about Sing?
I'm not sure. Is it? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, Kyle's yes. Kyle's yes. Kyle's saying yes. Thank you, Kyle. And the film will be co-financed by Universal Pictures. So we're going back.
Wow.
So we're
Because
going.
they've got that Nintendo Land. thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a big thing, and this is like harkening back to like the '90s. Universal was the one who took the lead for the original Mario live-action film.
Which is awesome. Everybody shut up.
It's a great
That movie
comedy.
rules.
That is a good comedy movie. It's a good,
Trust the fungus.
good film to watch with a bunch of friends.
Yeah.
It's a group movie. But this new one is obviously going to be animated. So I'm curious what your thoughts are about an animated, big budget Hollywood Mario film being like the first big film in the West from Nintendo. They've obviously done their own internal films. They did the Animal Crossing. I don't know if they have any involvement with Level 5 with the Layden films or if that was they had no involvement in it. But the Animal Crossing film.
Sure.
They had and the Pikmin shorts that they did that one time.
Great shorts.
Yeah, they then in Pokemon stuff, they've also like. Do they have any involvement with the Pokemon company?
Barely any.
Barely any.
For those movies?
Basically, it's Animal
Yeah.
Crossing, but that Animal Crossing animation was pretty good. Like,
Here's my concern.
okay,
So
here we go.
Illumination has proven they can have a movie where the main character doesn't speak, as seen in the film Minions. If Mario doesn't speak, he will need a supporting cast of speaking characters.
So you think he won't speak?
I think he won't speak.
I think he will.
I think
Oh.
they'll pay that guy to make him speak.
Charles?
Yeah.
I don't know if they'll go Charles.
they
though.
probably won't go
They'll
Charles.
probably have him audition. They'll
Yeah.
probably have to audition because it's not going to be up. Miyamoto's a producer. He probably has some sway. The director of the film is probably like, I want to audition people. If we're
Yeah.
having
And
Mario
Miyamoto's like,
speaking.
you got to see my boy. Well, look at this guy. He's like, hello.
He's been doing Mario for 100 years.
Yeah, if that's the case, like I want gruff Italian Mario.
And it'll be great. Rough Italian Mario.
Yeah, like,
Rough?
hey, what's going on here?
Like Lou Albano from the live action
yeah, I'm gonna
series.
stomp some Goombas.
Oh my gosh.
You freaking Goomba. Yeah, that's what I want.
So the voice, I
can't top
don't know
Bob
about
Hoskins.
that. I think the problem, I don't know how well Charles Martinet can do like full voice dialogue for Mario, like full sentences, paragraphs of dialogue.
You've heard him. You know, he does videos. He does like things at E3.
Yeah, but-
you've heard him talk a lot as Mario.
Yeah, but that's kind of like this on the spot improv, which is great.
Yeah.
But when they're asking, I need Mario to sound like this now. I'm sure he's probably like gonna be like one of the lead people for that role.
Yeah.
And also because it's animated, it's great. It means perfect. He doesn't have to. No one has to look like the role. That's gonna be perfect. I would not be shocked if he gets it, but I also will not be surprised if they audition other people and news comes out that like, oh look, Danny DeVito is auditioning as like Mario or something like who knows.
I think the Minions have more range than Mario. Even a speaking Mario with Charles Martinet doing the voice.
Who we got the cast people here.
Okay.
We have to have Bowser.
Sure.
Bowser's an important role.
Yes.
And
Who talks like that, dude?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Okay, that's a
Lawrence
good Bowser.
Fishburne is Bowser.
Okay.
I mean, is Charles going to do both Mario and Luigi? I mean, he does so many
And
of the
Wario.
characters. Yeah. So any Mario, Wario, Luigi,
Waluigi, Willem Dafoe.
William Dafoe.
Yes.
And it sounds just like William Dafoe. It is no
Yes.
no
No,
Waluigi
ah.
effect. No, it's just like
Yeah.
serious
He's just
talk.
a total creep. Yeah.
Who's doing Toad?
How you doing, Mario?
Toad.
Toad? Toad's not in the movie.
Toad's
yeah,
not in the
probably
movie.
doesn't make the
Okay.
cut. But Charlize Theron, if he is.
Okay.
Oh, she would kill it.
Peach / Toadstool.
/ Toadstool.
I don't know what name they're probably gonna go with Peach, but who knows? You never know.
I'm trying to find a thing that's relevant to this conversation. That's why I'm looking at my phone.
Keep going.
Ian
We'll
is
keep
not
trying to-
being rude.
I'll keep.
everybody.
I'll keep listing characters, and we'll treat. So Peach.
Peach is who's hot right now?
Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence? Would she do Peach?
They could ask her.
Okay. I mean,
I don't know if they could get her. She's doing Red Sparrow.
I think she would
got-
deliver a performance with some cynicism behind it. You
Oh,
know,
yes.
I don't know if Lawrence could get all the way into Peach.
Too much vocal fry for Peach.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, Damiani. We need a sweetheart, you know?
Jennifer Tilly, is she still around?
Yes, let's get Tilly.
Jennifer Tilly.
Can we
Okay.
get Katy Perry?
Oh,
Katy Perry.
Yeah, I want Katy Perry for
Katy
Peach.
Perry.
It's a big ask.
Yep.
It's a very big ask.
Well, then you're gonna get Justin Timberlake, and he's just gonna find a way in there.
That's good man.
He's Toad.
He's very talented.
He's Toad. Yeah,
Toad.
Toad
Yeah.
sings now.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking also maybe get some old timers. George Clooney Bowser.
George Clooney Bowser.
Yeah.
He can be Wario.
He'd be Wario. Yeah,
Yeah.
he'd be Wario. Definitely could be Wario.
Because Lawrence Fishburne is Wario.
What do you think? I like speculating about this. What do you think the plot's gonna be? Do you think this is gonna be a comedy?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna have some funny
Yeah.
moments in it. Is it gonna be? Are they gonna go with some kind of like breaking the fourth wall? Like they're all working together because something went wrong, weird in the Mushroom Kingdom, like almost like Mario and Rabbids style. Like the
Yeah,
weird
they-
elements are thrown together. It's not traditional.
I do. I think the easy way to write that script is a fish out of water thing where Mario leaves his world. And so, like, it's like, how does Mario handle our world? It's like, Mario, leave my dog alone. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, don't jump on that, Mario.
I really hope that's not it, and I really hope the minions don't show up, because then that's basically just Mario plus
There's gonna be that
Rabbids.
moment with Toad and a minion high-fiving each
Oh
other.
yeah, absolutely. Well, that's a really important question. Is what's their target age? Because if they're going at the minions kids,
Yeah.
All ages. This is
They're
Nintendo
selling
approach.
merch.
All
They're going
ages.
for merch.
They're gonna
The
sell merch,
merchandise.
yeah.
This is gonna be the first. I think Fish Out of Water can work, but I think it's also pivotal because they have to establish this. Because I think they're gonna make this a series. There's a potential to be a huge movie franchise
Yeah.
with lots of sequels if it does well enough. So I wonder if they're gonna establish some like cornerstone stuff as well. I don't know how far or how fish out of watery they could go with this. I definitely see it approaching that level, but I think they have to be like, okay, Bowser's the bad guy, even though he's having some comedy moments. I don't think he's gonna get like too buddy with the group. I feel like they might make him. I would not be surprised if he is the main antagonist in the film.
Yeah.
Like it seems like we're also used to that. It's like that's so predictable. But they're like, oh yeah, we're introducing this to a new audience. It's both classic fans and new fans alike. We want everyone to enjoy this film. So I'm wondering if they go more traditional with this one and then try, fish out of water, or if they're just gonna go at that like, no, we're gonna have huge crossover here with Minions and all the Universal property.
I don't mean crossing over
I
with
don't think
minions.
they're crossing over with
I
minions.
don't think Mario's gonna speak. Really, I don't.
Okay.
So I think that they're just gonna need him to bounce off somebody funny. And so like he's just gonna be in somebody's world or something like that. That is my best guess, Damiani.
Who will be the new character, like the new object, like the hook character to bring newcomers into the world, like
Oh,
the
like a
audience
new-
can relate to them,
Like a new Muppet.
like Cappy or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who will be that? Like, will be a hat? Will they bring Cappy, or will they
I
just do
wouldn't.
something else?
I was thinking about that. I wouldn't be surprised. It'd be kind of cool if they kind of just picked it up where the games are now, like in the Odyssey kind of universe. I doubt they'll do that. I think they're gonna go back to basics, like you said, which kind of sucks. I mean, I guarantee they're gonna like subvert the expectations on like the damsel in distress thing. At least I hope they do.
Yes. Mario's daughter. Dad?
Whoa. So him and Peach are married.
No.
Oh,
It's not
illegitimate.
Yeah, that is that Peach's daughter.
Peach. Yeah,
His bastard,
Peach is not-
unexplained bastard daughter.
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
like Goku's son.
Like she's knocking on the door. Hello.
Who's Goku? Who's
like
Gohan's
Dad?
father?
Gohan. What?
Who's Gohan's father?
Goku. What?
No,
Oh, you
but-
mean like Piccolo?
Yeah,
Got
yeah.
you. So Mario's daughter was raised by Birdo or something. Okay.
Uncle Luigi, can I have the credit card?
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a new Mario this time. It's like, ooh.
You
Eat the
never
new
heard of a
colors,
third
like,
Mario-
oh man.
Yeah.
Or their sister shows up. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Like a
There you
female
go.
on
There
par
you
with
go.
with Mario and Luigi. Like,
Yeah.
that's a no-brainer.
Here's what's important. She has to have the exact same overalls. If she's
Oh,
wearing
yeah,
a
yeah.
skirt, I'm out.
That's
Chill
right.
overalls.
Very
Yeah.
true.
Okay. All right.
I'm down with that.
But like a sports bra underneath. She's like an LA
Sure.
girl.
Yeah, but I want her to be as old as Mario and Luigi. I want her to have an
Sure.
equivalent to a mustache, which is what, I guess, long hair.
What? I would say
Okay.
short hair, if anything.
Okay.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, we could go at this for a long time, but hey, who knows? It could be good.
Yeah.
She has a mustache tattoo on her finger that she goes like this sometimes.
Okay.
She thinks it's funny, but everyone else is like, eh.
Yeah. Yeah. It's important for her, not all of her jokes to land.
Will there be
It
a video
humanizes
game
her.
adaptation of the movie version coming to Switch?
Yes.
And will
Yes.
be made by Nintendo.
Yes.
And if you play your Switch in the theater, there's like a sound that starts at the beginning of the movie that syncs it to the Switch in your hands.
But
that
you
you can,
gotta
like,
place
interact.
your amiibo on it.
Oh yeah,
Your special
you have to
movie
scan-
edition amiibo.
No,
Your bucket of popcorn.
Yeah, the popcorn or the movie ticket
Hey,
itself
the
is
cereal
an
was just the
amiibo.
first stop.
Yeah, yeah,
There
yeah,
it comes.
special popcorn
Hey,
bucket.
those vendors will sell out immediately.
Oh,
All the
yeah.
fans will
Oh.
rush to buy all that popcorn.
It'd be a
soda,
nightmare.
you're just like,
Getting water condensation all over your Switch. Why isn't it working?
Okay.
Milk Duds would be like a safer bet.
Okay.
Ooh, let's move on. From the Twitter account again, same day, more news.
yeah.
Nintendo announced that Mario Kart Tour is coming to mobile devices by March 2019 in this fiscal year, by the end of fiscal year 2018.
What is Mario Kart Tour?
It is the fifth, it is newest Mario Kart that will be on mobile devices like your smartphone.
It is the newest Mario Kart?
It will be the newest Mario Kart.
No way.
It will.
No.
It will.
No.
And that's all we know about it. We don't know anything else about it.
There's a strange parody there between Animal Crossing Camp and World Tour or Kart Tour, where it's like on the go versions of games that they might later release that'll theoretically have linking.
Oh, yeah?
There's a trend
This-
here, Damiani.
What's funny about it is it sounds like the Mario Kart game I dream of, where you're doing like rally races,
Oh, yeah?
and it's
Tell me
not
this,
about
Kyle.
laps.
Tell me about this. I want to hear about this.
So we're traveling across the Mushroom Kingdom. We're taking a tour.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it like courses based on them, or like it's just like a rally tour? We're going like through all of them at once.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rally tour.
All right. The environments change as you go to different areas. You go to like Sherbet Land, and it's like, whoa, this is like cold and stuff. Penguins on the sides and stuff, but then you kind of warms up, and you go through like the desert.
Yeah, and I
What?
guess the way you monetize it is gasoline. Basically, you run out of gas, and then you can pay to get another tank of gas, or you can wait a few
is that
days for
real?
the gas to come down.
Kyle's just
This is my guess.
theorizing, Yeah.
Oh.
So you
'Cause it
don't-
will
you-
have monetization,
so
right?
I think just card
Parts?
customization.
Oh, we
stuff.
can gotcha
The,
with
the
car
car
Yeah.
part, gotcha the parts and
Yep.
the characters
Yeah,
for
yeah,
sure.
that's easy.
Yeah, for sure.
Gas has been one
The
that's
gas thing
been
is
used
crazy.
to varying extents in free-to-play game.
Oh, I don't think they would do it.
Usually
I don't, that's
anger-
that's too evil.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It angers people.
Yeah.
I could see some kind of overall stamina system that's like,
Oh yeah.
they would just word it a different way. It's like you just gotta wait a little. You gotta wait in the garage shop a little bit before
Overheat. You've overheated.
Yeah, you gotta go make a pit stop. We'll be
But
ready
they
for
would
you.
frame it as like a health thing, where it's like you've been playing for a long time.
But Damiani, it's just really hard for me to imagine playing Mario Kart on a phone. Fire Emblem, I got. Animal Crossing, I got. But like the idea of Mario Kart,
Expand your mind,
Do
Kyle.
they?
Okay.
So here's my question: do they kind of simplify it a bit? Where I think of some they could literally do, because they did the auto steering and auto accelerate in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Do they do a mode that's just like it just drives? You just gotta like maybe tap the item button to use an item at the right time.
Yeah.
Or will it be just like lanes? Like you just
Yeah.
go straight in lane and you just tap right to move right a lane.
Yeah.
Or tap left, and on a turn maybe you just gotta hold an icon to do like the power slide
And then
instead,
release
and then
it.
let go. Like
Yeah.
you don't actually steer.
I super don't think that they would do that. Like
Uh-huh.
the 3D controls in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp are surprisingly decent. So I think like we're there. I think you just steer with you hold it sideways, I think, and you steer, just like a phone game. There are racing games on the phone that work okay.
Okay. I could see them doing. I could see them offering the option for both.
Yeah,
I
they'll
can-
have they'll have kid mode or like easy mode or whatever, but
I just don't know if I would prefer controlling, like, if it was like presented as a traditional Mario Kart like racer.
Yeah.
And everything the same controls and everything, but touch the screen. Like for me,
I think it'll be somewhere between.
It has. I think
It'll
it
be
has to
somewhere
compromise.
between. Yeah.
And that's why I think it'll be a little bit different. It'll be stylized to work better on mobile phones.
All the games they've made so far, actually, have worked tall wise,
Yeah.
vertically.
Did Run?
Yeah, I think so.
This could be.
Am I crazy?
I don't remember Run.
Which one?
I think Run is a
Mario
vertical.
Run?
Some of it's vertical. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
yeah.
horizontal. So
Yeah.
Weird.
This will definitely be vertical then.
Well,
I bet it is.
Yeah.
Which
I guess
means
you can
it's
see more of the
probably-
road.
The lane switcher.
Yeah, it's a
gonna be
lane switcher.
Yeah.
That's weird.
This will be. You mentioned all the games. This is going to be the fifth official mobile effort Nintendo, following Super Mario Run, Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and sadly Miitomo, which will be closing down on May 9th.
I thought it already had.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay.
And that was the earlier bit of news I skipped over for this to save for this segment because I rolled
Yeah.
them into one.
Yeah.
Nintendo announces the end of Miitomo completely shutting down on May 9th this year. They have the exact time and everything. All the in-game currency and stuff. Like basically, everything's just be open pretty much. Like no more in-game purchases. You just get everything in-game for free. Basically, you can earn it, but you don't have to pay for it anymore. Just until it shuts down. And I guess there'll be refunds on stuff if you didn't spend it in time or something.
Do you think we'll see another Mii game on
No.
the Switch?
I think Mii's have been phased out.
I think Mii is from the last generation. They're moving away.
I think the last 3DS game, the Mii Fantasy game, really bombed.
Oh yeah,
The one that came out last year.
I think it's over. I think the simple like avatar icons is the way to go. Like how PlayStation Network handles it. Like, do they even still have avatars on Xbox?
On the Switch, my icon is a Mii, and they're coming back. Avatars are coming back to the Xbox.
I mean, okay,
they're working to bring them back, baby.
Okay, I think that's gonna be a misfire, but
It might be.
But Nintendo, you can still have images of Mii, static images, but it's not like a 3D model that you like dress and stuff. I think that has passed.
Yeah.
I think that craze has kind of passed. So, yeah, we'll probably learn more about Mario Kart in sometime between now and March of next year.
Do you think that'll be the last Mario? Do you think the Switch will have a new Mario Kart game in its lifetime?
Yes.
Yes.
Because they already said that Nintendo said that they're actually viewing the Switch as a different from previous systems. That they don't think it's going to be a traditional 5-6 year lifespan.
It'll be shorter?
No longer.
Oh.
Which I mean, there probably will be like a revision in there somewhere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, for
But
sure.
like it's still they're all gonna be called Switches. I will just go like Switch Lite,
Switchblade.
Pro, like yeah,
Switchblade.
stuff like that. I
Thinner.
think with a mobile device, a hybrid device. Sorry, but with the emphasis on mobile, I think it'll be easier for them to do that, or consumers will be more willing to accept that from a device they largely view as mobile. Yeah, we'll see. So that now makes like almost every major franchise except for, I mean, there's several that haven't, but like of the big ones, it's like, hey, they haven't done a Zelda mobile yet.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's never. You don't have to do that.
No micros.
You don't have to do that, Nintendo.
Yeah.
I don't need a Zelda gotcha game. Last
Gotcha.
but what?
I just said gotcha.
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 Kill Bill.
Last bit of news. Before I do that, just want to double check something. I thought I had a question here.
By the way, how are we going to watch Kill Bill ever again, knowing Uma Thurman almost died?
Yeah,
We won't.
Yeah.
That's.
I haven't watched it since I watched it.
I haven't
so-
watched it.
Okay.
Yeah, that.
It's easy to not do things, generally.
You're right.
You watched
How
it.
hard is it to
You
not
watched
watch
it
Kill
once.
Bill?
How hard
It's
is
in
it to not
it's
do a
in your
thing?
memory. You remember it. Like Sephiroth said, or Cloud said to Sephiroth, "Stay where you belong in my memories and having children."
Didn't expect you to quote Advent Children, Damiani.
Good quote.
Well done, yeah.
Last bit of news here.
Okay.
And we got our first Patron's Pulse question is also related to this, which I'll start with. Switch Online is finally coming September 2018. This is also announced on Twitter
Yeah.
the same day as the Mario movie and Mario Kart Tour.
So what is this? Nothing changes, but it
So,
costs us money?
This is the stuff we've all known about that they've talked about that's coming. It's the free online service that's in the trial period is what it officially is right now, will be ending in September of this year. Online functionality for games will become part of the paid service. So like Splatoon 2, existing games, you'll have to pay to
Pokken.
go online.
Arms.
Yep. And
Rocket League.
in games going forward. But this also supposedly involves their subscription service of like you get like a free classic
right.
game
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah.
But I have a feeling that's they've probably been working on that. We still need more details. we know how the pricing, at least the old pricing, the pricing could change. We have no idea.
Yeah.
They announced a pricing model earlier, and that's what everyone's going off of. There's like a yearly $20 one. There's like monthly ones, I think as cheap as $4 or something a month. So it's way cheaper than Xbox Live or PlayStation Plus.
It better be.
But at the same time, it's like, what else is it offering? We supposedly get a free game or something, a classic game? We'll have to see. So more details to come. We just know that there's now a ticking clock to when people have to pay, and which is a good thing because that brings up our first Patron's Pulse question.
Let's do it.
From Mike Hook.
Mike
Hey,
Hook.
Damiani and crew. I believe that Nintendo announcing their online service starting in September is way too late in the console's lifespan.
Yes.
Switch players will have had 18 months of free online gaming by the time this rolls out. It's going to be jarring for us Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 players who play these games frequently to now be told that we have to pay up to continue playing. Now Nintendo is playing us with power.
Well done, Mike Hood. Well done there.
So, yeah.
That's true. Like I would expect a dip in online playership.
You can't do it this. I agree that you can't do it this late in the life. I bet Sony for the PS3 wanted to, and they just knew they couldn't. And that's why when the PS4 started, they're like, okay, you pay for online now. Yeah. And so, like, it is too late. I do think it's too late.
I would be great to see. I agree. It's a little crummy to do, like, make people have waited 18 months after playing free.
Yeah.
I could see Nintendo making an exception for existing games, like older enough games. So like Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 2017 games or games released before a certain date
I like that.
will be free to play forever.
Yeah.
You
That
will
would be-
not require the paid service. They will just
good.
set them to be go play them.
Yeah.
Because paid online service will pretty much kill Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 online by that point.
Yeah.
Like whatever's left, it'll be dead.
I could also see Nintendo not thinking to do that.
Yeah, they they just be like, too bad, who's really playing online at this point?
They
5
did
people?
announce that.
That's their attitude. Yeah.
They did announce this when the Switch came out. They were like, someday you'll have to pay for this.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
But they said, like, I think they had Splatoon 2 in the early summer, and then said by the fall, no, not free anymore. And then the fall came around, they're like, okay, 2018, not free anymore. And now it's fall of 2018.
They might just keep rolling it back. Also, like, it's really weird. Like, yeah, it's like a tactic to make you appreciate the things you have. Like, it's just a fake thing. You never have to pay for online.
That'd be very funny.
That'd be really fun. But, like, the weird thing to me is if you're getting, like, these weird classic, like, Super Nintendo titles or whatever, that encroaches on the Virtual Console in a way that's very strange to me.
Yeah, because
Where it's like you're not doing a Virtual Console, but you're, like,
they have
releasing them
been-
piecemeal. Like, what is happening, Nintendo?
exactly that's how everyone is right now, Ian.
Yeah.
Nintendo is just being completely coy about that. They just will not give a direct answer about. Some like sites ask, can we just purchase a game directly?
A Nintendo Direct answer?
We don't have an answer for that yet.
Really?
It's like, is Virtual Console coming back? Indirect comment.
We've never used the words virtual console.
Yeah, we never use the words Virtual Console.
It's like, all right.
So obviously Nintendo probably has something cooking, like up their sleeve.
Or
in terms
do
of
they?
that.
Like,
they might. Okay, I
With
said
Nintendo,
probably.
it's like...
I said probably.
No,
'cause
right, no, I
maybe
know, I
they're
know,
just
yeah.
like, we don't.
At this point, the Nintendo classics are selling so well. Why would you do virtual
Right.
console when you can sell actual consoles?
If there's no more classic systems, I know everyone's like, there's going to be an N64 and a Game Boy one still. If they just don't do those, and NES Classic this summer comes out, and that's its last run, and then Virtual Console service launches with online on Switch in late 2018, you have your answer there. It's like they were just getting the classic stuff out of the way, so they can cannibalize it, or at least one of the reasons.
That makes sense.
I mean, personally, I'd like to hear your expectations. My expectations is that besides, servers, no more bad. They really haven't had any, but like they need to have servers need to run well. I feel like they need to update their games pretty frequently, at least decent rate for online games that have a heavy focus on online. If they're going to charge you for online,
They do that with Splatoon. And
I know
Arms.
they
They're
got to
pretty good
keep
about
that up though, and I want some kind of catalog service. It doesn't have to be called Virtual Console. It could be like the Netflix like subscription idea people have been throwing around. That maybe it'd be like games for gold or the PS Plus games that month. Like, here's a selection of games. If you're a paid member or you're using the paid service, $20 a year or whatever, you get access to these games for that month. Then they go away.
Yeah.
It could be a rotating catalog. But I kind of would like a way to buy the games too as well. So that's kind of like what I'm hoping for from that at least.
You only get access to them for a month, right?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Some of them you could buy, like there are PS Plus games you could download and you keep.
Well, for
Yeah.
Switch though.
Oh,
the classics, it's only for that
Yeah,
month, right?
as the old model that they put out last year, the information about it said you get like a choice of a classic game, like maybe one, like Super Mario 3 was like the example I think they gave.
And Balloon Fight was in there
And
too.
Balloon Fight, and you can pick from one of those or both those, whatever. But after the month ends, they go away. You get a different game.
That's so weird.
That's not enough. You got to give us more than one
so
or
weird.
two classic games like that. So I have kind of like lofty expectations. I know it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
But I'm like, yo, the NES Classic, SNES Classic, the presentation of those menus, all the features, the rewind, the save states, that better all be in there for those virtual console stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Not going to happen. But
Here's
what
the
about-
deal.
What about you?
For $20 a year, that's so low.
Yeah.
I mean, PSN and Xbox are like 50, 60, but like 20 is like, it's so weird because it's like such a middle ground where it's like they're charging you too much for what this is probably going to be, something that we've already had for free and like a weird monthly access to a thing that won't even be great maybe. But it's not like it's too much for that price point, but it's too low to have lofty expectations of it being as good as PS Plus or Xbox Games with Gold. So it's like this weird no man's land.
I do think you'll see discounts. I think you'll see special discounts
Sure.
for being part of the program.
That would be
Oh.
good, yeah.
And maybe like
I thought didn't they already do that for something similar?
there was the Wii U Deluxe Edition.
Oh yeah, if you bought that was like a make good or something.
If you bought the Wii U Deluxe Edition, the black console as opposed to the white one, everybody remembers the black console. White one got phased out. I think it just didn't have like any space on its hard drive. If you got that for like the first year, I think you had 20% off all purchases. No, they like gave you 20% back basically.
Oh, weird.
And so I would spend this much money, and then I would get a 20% chunk to spend on new games. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, good stuff. I also forgot to mention the voice chat better move off that stupid phone app. Better be done through the system.
No.
Better be done through the system. I'm paying for it. I'm not using that phone app. Come on, Nintendo.
Yeah, man.
Make it happen.
The nice thing is, because I don't play any of those games on my Switch, so I just realized, like, unless there is some kind of really compelling thing, I don't need this.
Yeah.
Which feels good.
Oh, yeah.
I might not do it either.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the games I really need this for, and I'm like,
So far,
it's
none.
like not really.
It could launch with Smash Bros. And make it really
Oh
compelling.
yeah, Smash
right?
Brothers will probably be the title.
But
Yeah.
still, like, I would play Mario Kart locally. I'd never play it online.
Yeah.
Like, I would play Switch locally.
Well, I'd hate to play Smash Bros. Online.
Yeah.
It's just that thing where
You don't
wanna,
need
you want to
this.
scream at the people in the room, but
Yeah.
like when it's somebody online, you just hate them that much more.
The game I used the most voice chat for was the Monster Hunter Try,
Yeah.
and on Wii, and then the Wii U HD version. So I mean, there was
Monster Hunter World, baby.
yeah, but now you have Monster World, which is not
been
coming to
playing?
Switch. I'm waiting for the PC version.
Ooh, you're gonna be waiting.
I know. I'm gonna wait for a while.
Have fun
When-
playing with
when-
that dead zeitgeist
I
down
know.
here.
That's gonna be fun. We'll do one more question. So we're running out of time here. I had Michael Reimar. I saw this all over Twitter. So before I get to this, I'm surprised this happened. Hi allies. So Brian Altano from IGN just tweeted out that Nintendo lost all of his saves on his Switch that was sent in for repair. This was after he was assured by Nintendo customer service that his saves would be fine. Does something like this happening to you worry you guys as well? If I lost my massive Zelda and Mario save files, I would honestly be devastated. The worst part of this is that right now, there is nothing I can do about it. I am at the mercy of my Switch. We are assuming cloud saves are coming with the online in September, but who knows? This feels a bit unacceptable. Firstly, because it is so far away, and secondly, because it'll most likely be locked behind a paywall.
Yeah.
And thirdly, because there is no local backup option. How do you all feel about this aspect of the Switch? Is it okay for now? Should Nintendo do something in the interim? Thanks, guys.
You know how Nintendo, they talk about the benefit of hiring people who aren't in game development? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because they have creative perspectives. But also, I feel like they don't hire people who just use the other consoles.
Right.
Like, it'd be so obvious to anyone who's playing on a PlayStation 4, who's playing on an Xbox One, like, oh, we should be able to do cloud backups. but nobody even thinks of it. It seems.
On the PS Plus, I think cloud backups are behind the paywall too. I think you only get that
Yes,
with
it
Is
is.
it?
with Plus. Yeah, I
Oh,
think
okay.
so. I think
You
so.
cannot do cloud backups without PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
But
But like with the Switch, the easy answer is let you backup saves
local backups.
onto the SD card.
the 3DS lets you connect to your PC.
Does it really?
It does.
It does?
I did not know this.
There's
Wow.
the Wi-Fi thing. You can do something with your PC, and so with your Wii U as well.
With the Wii U, I had a lot of games saved on the hard drive, and you could put your saves on that as well.
There's things to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, the
was
Switch has a micro SD card that you can put into it.
Yeah.
It seems like a no-brainer to let you put saves on
I mean,
that.
you could take the micro SD out. It's right here.
Yeah.
It's too
It's
cruel.
right there.
What they did to Brian,
but
that's too cruel.
No, we can't let you do it. And you know the reason why they're probably being like this? They're deathly afraid of their system being hacked.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's why there's like the online stuff, like the apps and stuff. That's probably why they've waited so long.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that some of this is a little bit to do with their systems have been like hacked so quickly.
That's a great
so
theory.
easily.
Yeah.
Apparently,
Yeah.
people already have done it though, so it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
I see
It's
articles
gonna
all the
get
time
hacked.
about
Yeah,
hacking
yeah.
the
But I
Switch.
think it's widespread and as mainstream popular as it was with the Wii and DS. Like Wii and DS was like a joke. It was like you just Google it and like many easy guides to how to put a homebrew on your system and boot up any game you wanted. It was
Yeah.
like a joke. So I suspect it's partly due to that, but it is at least local backup saves. To me, I'm embarrassed for Nintendo. Like
Yeah.
Nintendo,
Yeah.
you should honestly be embarrassed. There's no way. Oh, I can transfer my profile to another system. Oh, that's so generous, Nintendo.
Yeah.
Thank you so
But
much.
pointless.
Let me go buy another system. Oh wait, it just transfers it. It means it erases it from my other system. Oh, so it's not really backing it up. It's just moving it to another location. This frightens me. This concern. I'm terrified about it. Like when my battery dies, like when we found out my battery died on the Switch, I was like,
Yeah.
oh no, like this better not have done anything because my saves are on the system locally, not on the micro SD card. So I was like,
Yeah.
please something don't go wrong or something. That sucks.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Brian Altano's situation, being reassured by Nintendo's customer service.
You know what's great
That's
actually
insane.
is I think that because he's
Oh.
in such a high position, because he has so many followers, that tweet might actually create change.
I hope.
I think
I
actually-
really
I
hope
hope
it does.
I hope it does.
Nintendo,
Please.
yeah, I think they actually would pay attention to that.
But
But of course, like we can't change our names on PSN, so
yeah, that one really.
that's
irks
been
me
for like
too.
300 years. Where we can't
I think they've like honestly spent money and tried, and they just can't.
Didn't they say?
Well,
it's the
Reggie
PSX?
at PSX, Reggie said,
Reggie.
or not Reggie, Sean
Layden.
Layden said the Reggie of Sony
Yeah.
said that he expects next year at PSX that question won't make sense. Something to that effect.
Yeah, it was like his hope is that this is the year
that it
they
that
can
it
get
will
something
stop.
done.
Well, no, but he said the way he phrased it was that question that won't be a question anymore.
Yeah.
But that's like a weird phrasing where it's like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
PS5?
I don't
I think,
buy
I
it.
think he
mean?
was trying to make like a clever way of saying like, you want to like it will be solved, but like people don't like saying it in like the same cliche way.
Yeah.
So I think on the fly he was trying to come up with like a better way to say it than like it was written on the.
I think he was trying to
prompter.
find a better way of saying no.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
I mean,
He
because
was just saying, don't ask me that again.
Yeah.
You'll be fired, so you can't ask me.
I mean, 'cause that's what happens when you carry over system accounts from so far, from older architecture, like design wise, it was designed in such a way, like having to update all the databases and stuff to reflect, because it's got to reflect the change.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a nightmare.
It's dumb because your name is your account, the way that it
Yeah.
works on
Yep.
PlayStation, and so it's not like it ties to a digital number. It's like that name is your actual account.
Yeah.
So I think they just programmed it in a stupid way.
I hope Sony works out. I hope Nintendo works this out. Be a nice gift in 2018 if we got both of those.
Yeah.
And on that. But yeah, thank you both of you for those questions. Really good questions. For those of you who would like to submit questions to be considered for future episodes of Friend Code, if you are a $5 and up patron, the week that we are recording the episode, I'll throw up a post on Patreon letting you know that we have an open call for submissions. It'll literally be called like Patrons Pulse episode, whatever, submissions, call for submissions. Post your question there. It doesn't matter what order it is. You don't need to hold a spot. I'll just pick 2 to possibly 3 of the questions I feel will be best for that episode. And again, thank you for those. Those are 2 really, really fantastic questions.
Relevant.
Very, very relevant.
Yep.
And once again, I want to thank both of you for joining me on this episode.
Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Both of you. And until next time, may the way of the hero lead to the Triforce.